What's up, everybody? Hope everybody's well. It's a great day out there, right? Let's talk about mastermind mechanics. Get a lot of questions, as you know, about, I guess as you know, because you asked the questions, right? About how do we actually build a high ticket mastermind? How do you actually make that happen? There's a lot that goes into that. So what I'm going to do is I'm putting together a simple series. I'm just going to walk you through week by week, step by step, exactly how I've done it in the past. You can lean in on that and ask any questions you want as always. So let's just dive right in first up on this because I want to make sure this is pretty straightforward and simple. Okay. Let me just read this little message that popped on my screen. Let's see. Cool. Um, there we go. All right. Facebook just wants to make sure I'm okay sharing this message. Yes, I am. All right. So first up, let's talk about who you're helping. All right. I know some of us are like totally into having a strong niche. Some of us really hate that concept, and you really don't want to have a strong niche. You want to kind of be more generalist. I get both sides of that, okay? But when it comes to teaching your own high ticket mastermind, having a specific niche that you serve is super important. Let me explain why. You got to really dial in who you help and help them understand what transformation you offer them. Okay. So if I just generally help, let's say, entrepreneurs, what's up? Janaid, man, great to see you too, dude. Hello, Chris. How are you? Happy Monday, man. Good to see you, Alexander. Awesome to see you. I haven't seen you well. So when I'm figuring out who I'm going to help and what transformation I'm going to offer, if I just said, let's just pick something generic. I hear a lot of this. I help entrepreneurs. I help local entrepreneurs, or I help online entrepreneurs. Okay, cool. That's a good start, but you got to dial it in farther because if you reach out to people and say, hey, I help entrepreneurs with their financial planning, or I help entrepreneurs with their marketing, or I help digital entrepreneurs build websites. Great. That's a good start. But there's so many people helping digital entrepreneurs. As a digital entrepreneur, I don't feel that you're my person, all right? If you say I help digital entrepreneurs who own their own digital agencies and work in the medical field to build a medically oriented website that brings in new surgeons, that's really specific. That's down my road. Like, that's what I do. I serve surgeons in subspecialties. That's what my digital agency does. If you speak that directly to me, you got me. All right. You totally have my attention. I'm passing up all the stuff about just regular entrepreneurs that you serve, but I'm listening if you say you specifically work with marketers who serve the medical community, or even more specifically, the surgery community. That's specific. And here's why that matters. There's so much noise, so many ads, so many voices being thrown at us, just telling us what we need to do generically. That kind of fits a lot of people, which is great because their message can fit a lot of people. But I pass it by. I need you to call my name, all right? And since you can't literally call everyone's name, you need to call my specific thing out, like what I do. Franklin, what's up, dude, man? Great to see you. I am well. Hope you are as well. So that's step number one. Absolutely, for sure, you gotta pick a niche, all right? I'll get back to that a second from now. Then you gotta decide what you're gonna help them do. What kind of transformation are you bringing them, okay? If you're teaching a high ticket mastermind, offering a coaching program, if it's one-on-one or group, or if you're doing an online course or whatever, I get it. All that's kind of similar. You definitely should start with a group coaching program because it pays better and it allows you to then record those things and build an online course. We'll get to all that. But right now, no matter how you're pushing your information out there, you got to clearly define exactly who you're going to help and what transformation you're bringing them. All right, let's define that a little bit. So Junaid up there in our comments, Junaid is an amazing studio builder. Like, if you want a studio in your space that's incredible with great lights, great microphones, you don't know quite how to do it, you're spending a ton of time trying to figure it out, reading on Amazon, figuring out your floor plan in your room, can't get rid of the echo, can't get the lights. Junaid does all that. You just simply jump on a call with him and he gets it fixed for you. And he'll actually walk you through a bigger plan, help you execute it, all that. Okay, that's Junaid's expertise, right? He speaks all over the place doing that. Super cool. He's very good at that transformation. And we all need a digital stage in our life right now, and that's not ever going to change or there. That's where we are. Sure, we'll go back to some in-person stuff, but digital stages are here to stay. Get one. Now, in Junaid's example, he can help anyone build a digital stage. But if he says, Hey, I help you specifically, whatever you are in your niche. I know who you are. I know your needs. I know your clients. I know the message you deliver. I help you build that personal stage. That's very specific. And the digital stage is something we all want and need. Okay? Those two things go together. So who you're helping with what transformation. That has to be connected. Let me give you a tip on this transformation thing. Okay? If you're not quite sure who you want to help, then think about the people that ask you about what you do. Who is consistently leaning in on you? They hear what you do. They might be your next door neighbor. They might be somebody you've known at the coffee shop. They might be somebody you meet in conventions. They might be people you meet in online communities. But people keep saying, hey, oh my gosh, I love that about you. I love this thing I see you doing. How did you figure that out? Like those people, start noting who those are. Like literally make a note and keep up with who those people are. Those people are your people, all right? The ones who are constantly calling you out and asking you, how do you do that? How are you figuring that out? If you're not having anybody figuring you out, nobody's asking you yet, you're early stage, no worries. Pick a people group that you love working with that also have money, okay? It's important not to work with startup beginners if you don't have to, because it's important to make sure you get paid. So if you want to work with digital entrepreneurs that only service the medical community, let's say, cool. Just make sure they've been in business for a couple of years. All right, start screening through people. Make sure they already have an existing some piece of their platform that lets you know, oh, they've been around for a minute. That way you can kind of predict more. They might have the cash flow to pay you for your services. Because we're going to get to that, how to charge and all that, but you got to figure out a who that you like working with, that's interested in what you do, and that has money. Okay? The what transformation is what you're already good at. You've cracked the code on something. You're an expert in something. You can help the who with that what. You might say, Chris, are you sure? Like, what if those people, didn't like reach out to me and I'm not sure if they're buying stuff? Look around. Is there somebody else selling a similar thing to those people? If there is, that's a good sign. You don't want to be the only person out there in the market. You say, man, Chris, there's so many people out there doing this. Good. That means there's a really clear pathway to you making money. If you're looking out there and you're like, wow, I help digital entrepreneurs in the medical space that are marketing for medical people build digital stages, let's say, like Junaid. That's not his niche, but I'm just saying he does that. And there's like nobody out there doing that. You might want to rethink that a little bit. Find a place where there's already a little bit of noise. You don't want to recreate something brand new in a space that doesn't want it or need it. Unless you have a lot of research team in space, it's hard to nail that down. So having a little bit of noise already in the market, other people who are already doing what you do in the market is a really good sign, okay? There's nothing wrong with swimming out there with a bunch of other people. The red ocean, blue ocean thing, I get it. I get it. But truly, if there's already a lot of noise in that market, that means that their people are buying in that market. It's a really good thing. Okay. Junaid, digital stage, is not only important, for saving in the long run, but also great for practicing those big stage speeches. Absolutely. Right now, Junaid, that's a great point. It's a great point right now because a lot of people who are picking up and building their real stages again are just constantly watching for who's actually doing a great job on their digital stage. So, Junaid, rockstar man. Obviously, you're going to be speaking on a lot of stages when this whole thing comes back around. I know that because you're that guy. But, man, thanks for helping the rest of us get out there on the stages. Franklin, great points. How about switching to being more problem-specific instead of group-specific after you've selected or scaled past a certain stage? Okay, how about being more problem-specific instead of group-specific? Yeah, after you've scaled past a certain stage. I get that. So, Franklin, the group thing, like which person you're going after, like which niche in the market you're approaching, that's really important because no matter how good the problem solve is, truth of it is, there's a lot of people, like all of us, who can solve someone's problem. There's a lot of experts in every niche, okay? And there's a lot of people serving every niche with lots of solutions. So I might be serving, again, I'll keep using digital marketers who work in the medical industry. I might be serving them, but there's a lot of people serving them too. I might also be over here doing all kinds of automation or marketing or staffing or problem solution solving, whatever, for that community. Cool. But the more specific I get, the more I'm going to attract the most successful people. All right? The more successful we all become, I'm sure many of you notice the same thing, your time gets more and more valuable to you and the money gets less valuable to you. Woo, that's a fun thing, right? Time is more valuable, money is less viable. You want to attract those people because as soon as they take their eye off the money and say, wow, I just need my life back. At that point, they've been pitched by so many people. They're so sick of the noise. They know there are hundreds of people who can deliver a solution for them. But they are looking for the fastest, simplest, most direct path to the result they need because they want their time and they don't really care how much it costs. Okay? So you're after people who are in a very specific space, a niche in life, with a very specific problem solution set that you've got. Because that is the thing you want to fix. Being a generalist on your problem solving or being a generalist on your market, both of those are watered out, not dead end streets, just not really a street at all, just a big open field with not a lot of direction. Franklin, I mean, you'll notice at some point there are niches close to yours that are easy to move into, like real estate and mortgages, yeah. Or me, I help agencies, but then coaches and other businesses come to me because they have the same problem. Yeah. Franklin, good question on that. So if you are already working in the real estate mortgage space and they're together, mortgage brokers or real estate agents, those are two different people, but I get it. They're in the same space. And then other coaches come to you saying, wow, I see what you're doing over there. Can you help me too? Yes, you can. So you can, when you're running solo, it's easy to have a couple different kinds of clients. All right. If you have one VA who's just kind of helping you with emails and calendaring, it's easy to have a couple different kinds of clients. Once you start growing and you get like 2 VAs, 3 VAs, 5 staff members, 10 staff members, it's very complicated to serve multiple markets with multiple problem solutions. If you serve multiple markets with the same set of solutions, it's a little bit easier, but then you got a 2-brand system going on. It gets really complicated. I have 2 completely different agency brands right now. I have a team of 7 people. And it's complicated. And we are actually in the process of slimming that down and focusing on just what we do best because it's constantly giving us a distraction point and it's taking resources and you could just keep on going in a better direction. Our goal is to serve you as a community. And if we're distracted with other things in our digital agency space, our done for you services that just are like noise, then it's not really helping us get in here and do the thing. You know, it's just not. So hope that answers your question. Great question, Franklin. I'm glad you have opportunity. Way to go, man. I mean, you're doing a good job. All right. So discover that who and what transformation. Who are you helping with what transformation? Okay. Who are you helping with what transformation? Be specific on who you're helping and be specific on what transformation you're offering. Put those 2 things together and that gets you dialed in a lot tighter. Now, the second part of this post up there was who's helping you. All right, if you're helping everyone else, you need to have accountability, a community, a friend group, a peer group, a group like this. The people in my mastermind, like my students in my own mastermind, have their own community space. I get to lead that. But I'm also in a mastermind where I get to be coached. I get to be led by someone else that I trust, right? And peers of my own. I think that's really, really important. I can't, and you'll find the same thing. If you're doing individual coaching and done for you service, or you're doing a group, mastermind kind of product, you can't be always giving out without being fed into. You kind of got to have water flowing in to have water flowing out. It's a really important piece. So even though, picture it like Franklin, I'm helping passionate people help more people, keeping it simple. The niche is kind of inclined. Helping passionate people help more people. Franklin, can you dial that in a little bit more? Passionate people, give me an industry, give me a space. Passionate people in coaching, passionate people in digital agencies, passionate people who do nonprofit work, passionate people who are in government affairs. I love that you're helping passionate people. That's you and me both. Passionate people who are helping who? Who are those passionate people and what passionate people are they helping? Dial that in. Okay, who's helping you? Picture it like a waterfall in a pool, right? My neighbor's having a pool built right over our fence. Fun to watch. Picture like a waterfall in a pool. Everybody notices the big show that you're doing, right? They notice me or you pouring into the groups that you support and the community you support. Cool. But underneath that pool, there's a set of pipes and pumps that's taking water back up to the top of the waterfall. And it's pouring back down out of the hot tub or the waterfall, whatever the structure is, right? Nobody sees that, so it doesn't get a lot of attention. But that attention piece is so important. That waterfall stops. The waterfall knows how important all that is. The homeowner who owns the pool knows how important that is. It stops if the flow of water, the support for the waterfall stops. So make sure that you are investing in you as you build and grow. Otherwise, you will dry up. I'm saying that from experience. It's just hard to do this alone. And having a coach or a group or community like ours or like someone else's, you need to have that. I have that in my life. I'm just saying, as much as I want to be, a superhuman and do all this stuff and think I've got it, the truth of it is, I need people like you adding into my life too. We all are in this together. That's why we built this Facebook group, is because we're all in this together. Now more than ever, right? Okay, so define your who and your what. Who are you helping with what transformation? Be specific. If you tell me a who and I can't instantly picture that at like a coffee shop, then it's not clear enough. All right. I need to be able to, and I hate how just politically incorrect and socially incorrect this sounds, but you need to be able to picture your person, and other people need to be able to picture your person, right? You just need to be able to picture. I was doing college tours this past weekend with one of my kids, and we went through two different colleges in the same town. One was very like kind of sports party school oriented. The other was very nerdy, artsy oriented. Okay? Totally different school vibes, right? Same age kid, but the vibe of the kid, like how all these kids dressed and just carried themselves and hung out and what they did, how they were sitting, where they were sitting. Were they sitting on park benches or were they in grass? Were they walking around doing stuff? Were they being active? Were they sitting and reading? There's all kinds of different nuances to these people groups. That's what you want to be able to tell me, a people group, and I want to be able to picture that person. Okay. Franklin, I guess the combining factor is they all went through some kind of transformation that allowed them to take others to the same transformation. Awesome. Dial it in even more, Franklin. I love that too. That's great messaging. Got to dial it in more. I guess you could say coaches. There you go, Franklin. Now we're getting started. Coaches in what area? It's lots of coaches. Health and fitness, relationship coaches, financial coaches, business coaches, marketing coaches. You're doing good. Keep going, Franklin. Junaid, you want a river flows as opposed to being a pond. Yeah, of water. Yep, that's right. Get that water flowing through, Junaid. Good point there. That's why most financial terminologies are water-based. Cash flow, riverbank, etc. Junaid, never thought of that. Junaid, I'm a certified financial planner. I've retired that license. All Series 7, Series 63, all the stock trading stuff. I used to have a financial practice. You know that, Junaid, probably. We served. Here's a great example. I used to have a financial advisory firm. It was fee-only based. I used to be in the commission space. They went to fee-only based. We worked with high net wealth families. We would serve 100 high net wealth families at a time. All right, me and my 3 team members. We had a team of 4, and it was a boutique financial advisory and investment firm. I never realized all the flow words in the financial world referring back to water. It's really good. Here's the thing, though. Being successful in that firm that we had, sold that in 2011, being successful in that process was contingent on the niche that we picked. All right, we were very, very focused. The people we served knew they were special because they were in our niche. The people we prospected to knew they were special because we were inviting them to be on the cool kids bus, so to speak, in that niche. We were very specific. It makes a difference in our human psychology. You got to be specific. Okay, so figure out your who you're helping, be specific. What transformation you're offering, like what's their problem and how are you helping them, okay? And then make sure that you have someone pouring into your life. Get a coach. Yes, I have a mastermind. This is not a pitch for my mastermind. I'm just saying get a coach, get a community, all right? As much as I love this community right here, this community I'm speaking to right now, our Elite Agency Inner Circle Facebook group. If you're watching this, you're in that community. You got to make friends and you got to have a cohesive connection to real people for it to be a community. Hanging out in an online forum that's just chat is not as community-based as hanging out in a tight group that meets weekly. Let's say you pick 3 to 5 other entrepreneurs that you can hang out with, and they're your peers, and they're going like you're going. They're as strong as you are. You don't have to keep supporting them and dragging them up. They want to fight. They want to go forward. That's a good group. Find a group like that. Join a group like that. Hire a coach who's got a group like that. Get somebody pouring into you. Make sure that person is speaking to you. You are their who, and the transformation you're trying to accomplish is their what they teach. You're their who, and what you want to do is the what that they transform. If you find that, it'll help you clarify your who and what. Franklin, but what if you're getting all kinds of clients to come to you from referrals? Oh man, great question. Let's see, Junaid, the specifics help people relate better with you. Yeah. Franklin, first of all, Junaid's right. The specifics help people connect and create that really good bond with you. They know who you are. If you're getting all kinds of leads from all kinds of clients, Franklin, that's freaking awesome. All right. That's really, really great. That means you're a good person and you're doing good work. The thing is, you got to start dialing it in. Look at your existing client base. Here's a great way to do that. Look at your existing client base, who you've worked in the past year. Look at who's been the most profitable per hour or minute that you enjoyed working with the most. All right. Look for that top. If you had 10 people you worked with this year, look for the top 2 or 3 people. Like, get some categories going here. Who's most profitable? That took the least amount of your time, that you enjoyed working with them, or the kind of work they wanted you to do. All right, look at that. And then start only accepting people like that going forward. You might not want to fire people right now. If you're financially strong and you're like, I don't care, let's go, then start letting people go. Let them go, transition them gently to another person who can help them, and get focused. If you want to keep the clients you currently have, then start the transition slowly by just simply taking on only the correct new clients that fit in that specific niche, and then letting the other ones finish their projects or just hang around, but build your business on the new right profile. Every year, I re-look at my past clientele from the previous year. I look at all the clients and I look to see who was the most profitable, who took the least amount of our time, and who do we enjoy working with the most. And then the following year, we only ask for referrals in that space, and we only allow new clients in that are like that definition. All right, that is so important. We've done that year after year after year since multiple agencies I've owned and been a part of since probably, I learned to do that, I guess, in 2003 or 4, like 18 years ago, let's say. And it has done more. That one thing has done more for giving me a lot more resources, money, and time than anything else, because it's allowed me to generate more income in less time and, wow, enjoy it along the way by being just intentional about looking back and then looking forward. Okay, Franklin, let's see. The only thing that combines them is that they're fun personality. That's cool. They're passionate about what they do, and they have some problem that automation or some mindset coaching can fix. Very cool. I'll try, but it's hard to choose. Yeah, they all use the same software, so their Facebook groups gets me a lot of traffic. Okay, cool. Even in that space, Franklin, if it sounds like they're around the same software, the community's attracting them to the same software, whatever software, doesn't matter. Let's say it's Kajabi communities or ClickFunnels communities or WordPress communities or whatever, doesn't matter. Lots of people use all those different kinds of platforms, right? You can have a ClickFunnels community that's filled with tons of different kinds of people using ClickFunnels. I get that. But dial it in. So they use ClickFunnels. That's a place that you hang out. Let's just use that as an example. But in that space, I'm just reading through your notes over here again. In that space, look for the ones who you really enjoy working with the best, all right? And pick that. If you're hanging out in a ClickFunnels or a Kajabi or a WordPress community, and that's your thing, cool. There are plenty of every genre of people in every one of those communities, right? Plenty of health coaches, plenty of mindset coaches, plenty of business coaches, plenty of marketing coaches. You mentioned coaches. There's everybody in there, and there's tons of them. You won't run out, okay? You won't. You got this. The fact that you're getting lots of traction is really cool. One way to steer this, Franklin, is once you identify who do I really want to start helping and moving forward with, is to really start asking all your existing clients or everybody you come in contact with in those communities, hey, I'm focusing my practice. We do a lot of things for a lot of people. So grateful. But I'm focusing the forward momentum of our practice to work with this specific group, helping them with this specific problem. Do you know anybody like that? Ask that question. Be specific. People will know people. All right? It'll get you connected and get that thing steering the right direction. Gotta go, kids. Super great to see everybody. And make sure we're doing this in a series. I'll cover this every Monday. I think that's the easiest way to do this. Every Monday I'll do some, we'll call it Mastermind Mechanics. And we'll just cover these and just try to get through the process of how you can build your high ticket group coaching. You can use the same principles for one-on-one, low ticket coaching, but I'm telling you, high ticket group coaching is where it's at. It builds a market for you, it builds fast cash flow for you, and it allows you to take all of that and re-record it and use it in e-courses and all kinds of stuff. You can always take somebody down a one-on-one path and give them a little special attention if you want to, if they need it. But group is better transformation for them. Like I'm saying a minute ago, who's pouring into you? Groups do that, right? If you lead a group, you'll be like blown away at how much support is there. And it's very efficient. And if you have a done for you service, 25 to 35% of the people that'll be in your group coaching programs will buy your done for you service in addition to the coaching. Some want to try some of themselves, some want to learn from you, and then they will hand it all back to you anyway. So it really generates great clients for that too. CN, Clubhouse is really great at finding niches. Yes, it is, CN. That's a great point. Thanks for saying that. They're going to love this. I'm actually on Clubhouse right now. And great place. Love the club. All right, Franklin. Thanks and have a good one, man. You bet. I guess marketing agencies are easiest to deal with. If that's the truth for you, Franklin, then go get it. That's great. There's awesome people in every niche, and that's a great one. Okay. See you guys. Y'all have a fantastic day. Enjoy the week. Like it's Monday. Dial this niche in. Be specific. Do the next thing. Don't get overwhelmed. I know there's a million things you could do. Do the next thing and be all in that task. Today, practice that. Doing the next thing you know you got to do. Be all in on that. Cut the distractions. Get the thing done. Execute and move on to the next thing. You will be so freaking productive. It's great to see you all. Talk soon.